The big one. You wouldn't think.
No.
Yeah, but do you put in the best big one or what you perceive to be the best big one?
That's going to be their test to find out.
Well, and if McIntosh gets fit, what he's done in record in past...
On his best, yeah.
Yeah, we know he's probably the best of those records.
Smeds. Blind turn. Spears toward goal and it's offline. Scrapes in for a behind. Don't forget, at the conclusion of this, still another big one coming your way. And a monster game, really. Adelaide Crows and Sydney live from Amy Stadium. That's in 4 minutes and 36 seconds time in essence. So stick around for that. At least we had a contest here for 3 and a bit quarters. Some good news for the Cats. They're going to get the 4 points. They're not going to get percentage, and they did lose a couple of players with concussion. And as Dermot said, Vardy's foot might be a little sore, so we'll keep an eye on that post-game. But West
got players very short, no targets long. Hawkins has not led yet. Now if he's going to be choked in a little bit. Hawkins is 75 down the line and will not lead. Now he might. He'll get a one-on-one here. They open it away from him. Oh, well done.
Murdoch almost.
Got to clunk those.
Moore tries to kick it away, kicks it straight to Smeds.
That's fatigue. That's tiredness. Look at Timmy Moore now. He looks like a really tired. I mean, he's a big man, Timmy Moore, but he looked like a tired school kid.
Have a look at both of them. He's got a man in front of him, Hawkins. They're doing the same thing. If you go another, that's how hard this game of footy gets.
A couple of kids who've been wrestling in the sandpit.
Have a look at them. They have not moved. Oh, gee.
Yeah.
Smeds, emergency last week, back into the team this week. One of those players, one of 7 of them without a flag in this Geelong lineup this afternoon. So there's quite a few of them still playing for the big one. It seems as if every Cats player's got a flag by now, but 7 of them in the 22 this afternoon playing still grab that honour. And they are well and truly in contention. They'll be top of the AFL ladder tonight, the Cats, with Hawthorn having the bye and the Hawks to play next week and the Cats having their bye then. They won't be able to bridge the gap percentage-wise, the Cats on the Hawks. They're about 20% ahead. Mackie plucks that nicely.
Is that Whitfield?
No,
Thompson knee right in the kidney then.
Duncan to Guthrie.
Oh.
This is the only meeting between these two teams this year, the Cats and GWS. So they won't get another opportunity maybe to boost their percentage. Hawks have already had their game against GWS and they've already had their game against Melbourne as well, Hawthorn, whereas the Cats still to play the Demons. Of course, the couple of teams behind them, Sydney and Fremantle, with the draw, percentage not really a factor for them, unless there's another draw, of course. Mackie.
Look, I hope people don't underestimate the GWS performance today. I hope they don't think that the Cats were just off the boil a little bit, because they were fantastic for 3 quarters, GWS.
Yeah, this is the best I've seen them play, it's got to be said. And they did win a couple of games last year, but against low on the ladder opposition, Port Adelaide and the Gold Coast. This has been fantastic against the best in the business. Selwood, speaking of the best in the business, proves that point right there.
14 goal kickers so far, but this man's second half has been sensational. And gee, look, he's got a lot more skill than people give him credit for. They see how hard he works and how tough he is, but he understands that there's no one in the goal square. So he just lobs it in there, gets it end over end, but his second half was really lifted. When they needed some clearance domination, he's been one to lead from the front.
Inside 50s in this final quarter now. Geelong 13 to GWS 7. Only the 30 kicks to GWS, and the Cats have had 56. And here comes another one going forward.
And it could still be the Cats' biggest win of the year. Their biggest win of this year, 52 points. They're 47 points up right now. Podsiadly spears that inside 50. And Murdoch takes a good grab. And he can add.
That's that contest. Now, if we will get a look at this mark again. Hampton looks for the ball coming long to try and go for the tricky mark rather than following his opponent to it. You see, he starts to see him start to pull away, thinking this is going long, I'll get the easy one over here. Just stay in the contest.
For a 53-point margin and for a chance at their biggest win of the year. Murdoch's got 3. And in the paper tomorrow, the scoreline's not really going to tell you the tale of this game.
Well, they've kicked 14 at that end of the ground.
And that's Josh Hunt again. Look at the penetration. You would love to lead on that. I know what you say about Hampton Dermott. Even then, I think you could have nearly held him off with one block of the run and then go again.
But it turns into a non-contact mark.
Yeah. He'll learn from that. But, gee, that is beautiful disposal. Any forward would love to be on the end of what happened there.
Dying seconds here. Cats threatening to put one more on the board. Kelly inside 50 towards Podsiadly. The spillage. There's 40 seconds left. Smeds hands it out. Kelly, who got the clearance, and he drives it home and makes it 59 points.
And makes it 15 goal kickers. 15.
They've done this a couple of times this year, Geelong. It has been ultra impressive when they get their game going. They seem to hold back. It's almost like a basketball game. It's tied early, and then all of a sudden when they decide, OK, it's time to turn it on, they turn it on.
That slow-mo of Kelly kicking the goal then, it's just beautifully balanced as he strikes the ball.
I know. You know why they score like that, though? The opposition's tight, and it is an immature opposition. Their foot skills and their hand skills are at an elite level, unless the pressure is so much that it breaks down a little bit. That's why they score massively. They keep control of the ball.
So West in the last few jumps has jumped over the top of Giles. He gave a massive effort on that one, Giles. He just went for the 0-0 draw, jumped into West. Really wasn't concerning himself with the ball. He's going to try and get front position. You see West is just a little bit more agile than him now to get to the front position, but he's been massive. Giles today, he's had to combat a couple of them, and West has eventually got on top in the front.
Now it's the back. Tomlinson takes the mark. Callum Ward is playing out the remaining seconds. So the Cats are now top of the AFL ladder. Their 10th win of the season, and this one, their biggest win of 2013. 59 points, the margin of the final siren. They were gallant Greater Western Sydney, but they're still winless for 2013. Don't go away. We'll be back to wrap up here at Skoda.